In 1988, Barton Miller was on his home computer, dialed into the University of Wisconsin computers, and he was on an old modem, about 1200 baud or so, and these are the early days before there was hardware correction added into modems. He started to pick up some interference from this lightning storm that was happening. This interference started to put garbled characters onto his command line, and suddenly he noticed that the common utilities that he would use suddenly started crashing.
As an investigative journalist, my job is to get unexpected outputs out of people. I'm effectively a human fuzzer, right? People are not supposed to speak to me. Eventually, it's like protocol fuzzing. You know, the more responses you get, the better you are at it, until eventually you find that way into a story.
I can't believe that we've walked into 10 customer sites, and of those 10 customer sites, we've knocked down every device they put in front of us with protocol fuzzing.
If you've got web APIs or something, it may be a different situation, but especially with native code, if you're not fuzzing, you definitely should be fuzzing. So
I'm really interested in solving this problem of democratizing software security. And so I started in fuzzing because we could do it on binary code. We could do it after things have shipped, which allowed me to double check. And I thought that was a really powerful principle where, of course, we want secure software and it should start with the developer, but what if they don't do it?
Developers need to understand writing secure code, and they need to understand how it's going to be tested as well.
One of the next big things is structured way of fuzzing everywhere by default. You first write the fuzzer and then you write what you fuzz. We're not there yet.
To not miss out, you just kind of fuzz your fuzzing pipeline and you say, okay, I'd rather try 5 different fuzzing engines just in case if any of them, bring something unique.
Fuzzing seems like black magic, and it just seems impossible to bring it into my company. And at the same time, we don't know what else we could do to make it more accessible. And who can be right in that conversation? Absolutely both sides. Because the future is always already here, it's just unevenly distributed.
By doing fuzzing, you're not only doing fuzzing actually, you're restructuring your code to make it more fuzzable. And in the process of doing it, you are adding more tests, you are isolating components, and this is always a good thing to do anyway.
Speaking of how much to fuzz, my advice would be to fuzz non-stop. You gotta do it continuously and kind of just do it forever.